Warning. The thoughts, views, and opinions expressed by me on the channel are for entertainment purposes only. I repeat, it's not serious, it is not real, none of it. No one is exposing, revealing, indicting, or telling you anything about themselves or anybody else. Also, I do not encourage you to try this at home. I'm a trained professional who doesn't have your best interest at heart, or my own. Enjoy the video.
Yo, what's going on YouTube, bro? It's your boy Haikata, bro. I'm not gonna lie, I wish I was here with better news about Marathon, bro. I wish I was here with better news with Marathon. Hey, yo, production, bro. Cut the track, bro. Cut the fucking track. Cut the track, bro. So I gave Marathon a lot of fucking high praise during their goddamn trailer reaction and all that shit. Because honestly, truth be told, bro, I really want Marathon to succeed, bro. I really do want it to succeed. I don't feel like it's a bad game for what the market's going for. It's more of a casual, what do you call it, like Tarkov extraction shooter. I get it, bro. It's not really more in depth like, you know, Tarkov, bro. But it still has that, like, they're going for the more casual player base, bro. It's like Destiny compared to Warframe. You play Destiny because you're a casual. If you play Warframe, my nigga, you are in it for the long haul. You feel me, bro? It's the equivalent, bro. Tarkov to not Tarkov to Destiny. Tarkov to Marathon is the equivalent of Warframe to Destiny, bro. Both sci-fi shooters, bro. You feel me, bro? So, long story short, bro. Bungie fucked up, bro. Bungie fucked up atrociously. I'm gonna watch My Name is Bife, bro. Shout out to dude, bro. I always watch all this shit for Destiny lore, bro. But he's covering the Marathon. What we're here for today, bro, the art theft situation, bro. These niggas stealing art in the big year 2025, bro. And it's Bungie. This ain't the first time, nigga. If I had a nickel for every single time Bungie's been in some fucking shit when it comes to art theft, I would have 2 nickels. It's crazy that it happened twice. You feel me, my nigga? Like, you would think, I'm not gonna lie, bro, you would think that if you got caught doing like the art stealing or even with the Destiny 2 campaign about like the Red War and that shit being like a stolen story, bro, you would think, you know what I mean, bro? You would just think that someone would be like, yeah, bro, like, we gotta have really good like vetting processes, not only of like stories, everything, but like we really have to bring up quality control and a simple Google search. Bro, when I seen this shit on Twitter, like last, what was it, like last Thursday? As I'm recording this, it's like May 18th, bro. Like, I was flabbergasted because my niggas just literally, this is what they did, bro. Y'all see me in the bottom right, bro? Y'all see me in the bottom right? Hey, guys, hey, how y'all doing, bro, right? This is literally what the fuck they did, bro. This is literally what they did, right? Them niggas said, oh, bro, okay, I see this nigga's art. Okay, bro, this shit look fire. Bro, I want to get it right, bro. But I don't know what I should do, bro. So you know what these niggas do, bro? Them niggas just take this shit, bro, and flip the bitch. That's all I did. Literally this, bro. I went from this is what these niggas did, bro. These niggas took the art and then flipped the bitch. Bro, fucking why? Why? Why would y'all do that shit, bro? We got caught twice. So without further ado, bro, it's already been like 3 minutes of me yapping right here, bro. We got another 25 minutes of Bife yapping, bro. So let's just get right into it, bro. It's a crazy situation, bro. Shout out, My Name is Bife, bro. If y'all ain't fucking with Bife, bro, y'all doing it wrong. And I will say, as y'all can see right here, he's the one of the only people, he just does lore shit, bro, that I have a notification on. I don't care what it is, bro. I'm watching it, bro. Fuck with Bife, bro. Shout out to you, bro. He about to be on ass.
Yep.
BTA.
This one was coming.
Wow.
I did not want to do this until now because, for one, nobody likes making videos on topics like this.
For real.
I think, sure, there are maybe some channels that salivate over the idea of a negative video, but I'm not one of them at least.
True.
The situation was...
And that's the thing, bro. Like, even with me, bro, I'll let him continue it for like a good minute, like a minute 30, bro. I won't pause it, bro. Like, as somebody who did like, you know, graphic design and art, bro, like, when niggas are talking about, oh, there's AI in art, bro, a part of me is like, oh, no, get that shit out of here. But there's also another part of me that understands the importance for niggas who aren't art savvy. Niggas be like, oh, my God, the AI is going to rip off other people's art, do all this shit, bro. That's just making us as humans, bro. We just have to make cooler and better shit, long story short, bro. Like, you might be upset about it. You might hate it. But let's be for real, bro. We got to pick up our own standards.
Yeah!
We can't be lazy.
Yeah.
Think outside the box.
Yeah.
We gotta fucking be different.
Yeah.
Be unique.
Yeah.
More importantly, be yourself.
Yeah.
Like that's the thing with art. Be yourself, bro. But niggas stealing the art, putting it up there, bro, and then, bro, it's fucking crazy.
Still
Like,
fluid and evolving.
like,
And for all I know, by the time this is
plagiarizing a
published,
story, bro, people will be upset, bro, but nobody really cares that much. Case in point, that Harvard professor. She fucking plagiarized, but I'm pretty sure there's other niggas who plagiarized. You know what I mean, bro? Like, no one really gives a fuck at the end of the day, bro. No, when it comes to art and stealing art, nigga, you better run for the hills, bro. The art community does not play with that, bro. I don't either, bro. Like, I don't mind the AI shit, bro, AI work and all that other shit, bro. But when we talk about stealing art, that's where we draw the line.
Released. And thirdly, yesterday I had sponsored opportunities that I had to attend to, and I was not putting a sponsorship in a video like this, given that that would be a move in incredibly bad taste. So here we are today, several days after the...
Hey, yo, August the Duck, take some fucking notes from Bife, bro. How the fuck you gonna talk shit about niggas and advertisements and all that other shit, bro, in a serious video, bro? Like, you know what you're doing, bro. I got beef with that nigga, bro.
It's fair to say that
him and his fan base. Fuck all them niggas, bro.
On with the marathon art controversy.
Super disingenuous,
People have
bro.
seen Anti-Real's post. In fact, at the time of recording this, it is approaching 10 million views on Twitter.
That shit's at 20 right now, nigga. Damn near 20, bro.
And that is pretty damning. More importantly than all of that, it has been confirmed by Bungie that one of their former employees, a former artist, essentially lifted a ton of Anti-Real's portfolio, and lots of those things made it into a texture sheet that then went into the Marathon Alpha. If you look at Anti-Real's post, the stuff is everywhere. I mean,
literally,
it's indisputable.
Elf, Dark Space.
One-to-one copies of all sorts of different assets and various different...
I only seen this shit, and I was like, oh yeah, nah, bro, these niggas just cooked this shit, and it was like this shit right here in the bottom left. Bro, but the niggas just flipped it, like, yet again, they flipped it vertically. Literally, like, bro, they flipping shit, bro.
Surfaces.
Like, this is actually terrible, bro.
Crazy how much has been stolen. They stole Anti-Real's logo.
Yep, and put that shit in there.
Not to sit there and assume plurality here, because I'm going to take Bungie's story at face value that it was just one employee, even though Joseph Cross was following Anti-Real for several years, and that in
Ain't no fucking way, my boy. Bro, why don't y'all just hire the nigga and ask him, because y'all just buy that shit, bro? You feel me, bro? What the fuck, bro? Bungie is brain dead, bro. Just buy this shit at that point, my nigga. Just buy it. Buy it, put that nigga on here, bro, because this art is fire. I ain't gonna lie, bro.
Because I'm going to take the stories as they're presented. I don't know that to be the case. I'm not about to make an accusation on that. That being said, it does not change the situation, and it does not change the fact that Anti-Real has been wronged here.
Nah, he wasn't wronged by that nigga was hold. Them niggas put that nigga on the street corner and told that nigga to work for my art, bitch. Niggas just straight up just straight up yoinked his shit, bro. I ain't gonna lie, bro. If I'm Bungie, whoever the fuck that nigga was, bro, I'm making that nigga's name public, bro, so every nigga knows, bro, whether he's at fucking Respawn Entertainment,
Yeah.
he at Activision Blizzard,
Yeah.
he at King,
Yeah.
he at Kung Fu Factory for some mobile games, nigga,
Yeah.
Tencent,
Yeah.
Epic Games,
Yeah.
Treyarch,
Yeah.
Finny
Yeah.
Ward, Sledgehammer,
Yeah.
Raven,
Yeah.
like, bro, fucking EA.
Yeah.
Bro, we putting this nigga on a list, bro, and we getting him out of here, bro.
Majority of
Because
the
what the
internet
fuck, bro?
came to her
Stealing art
defense.
is like
The
actually
vast majority
sacrilege,
of
bro.
people have absolutely decried the theft that went on thanks to this Bungie employee. Now, to be clear, they're a former Bungie employee. We don't know if that firing or the change of their position within employment was recent, but the point still remains. A former Bungie employee is the one supposedly to blame for all of this. But there is more to it than that.
Oh,
This is where things really start to unpack themselves.
What the fuck?
This is something which is a team situation. Because yes, whilst it is supposedly one bad apple that spoiled the barrel, they still spoiled the barrel.
True.
And inevitably, their work, which was all stolen, would have made it across Joe Cross's desk. That is damning all in itself.
True.
And it's frustrating to sit there and know that this was being done probably for years. Let's not forget that the process of developing video games from scratch, even if you have an old IP to base it off of, like Marathon, yeah, that takes years of development. And worlds are built up from the ground with an artistic vision for years before they're even realized within an engine. This means, considering that Anti-Real's portfolio and a lot of the stolen works date all the way back to 2017, that this stuff could have been floating around the studio for who knows how long. It could well have been floating around for half a decade at this point.
Damn.
And nobody noticed. This is even more damning considering that, again, Joseph Cross has followed Anti-Real for a long, long time.
Alright, not to be that nigga, bro, but to be fair, bro, if Joseph rubbed the fuck, bro, just follow that nigga from a grip ago. Like, I get it, bro. You go see some shit on your timeline, bro. But niggas, half the niggas I follow my timeline thanks to Elon, bro. I don't see, bro. So let's say, like, what, 2020, like, what did Elon take over? 2021? 2022, bro? So it's been a little bit shit for that a little bit. So I can understand that. But even back then, bro, like, your timeline's really like a FYP, bro. So for you page, bro. So to shoot him a little bit of free room, bro, is that, bro. Unless something he about to say in the next split second. Then, Joseph, bro, you also gotta get cooked, bro. But fuck, bro. If all of this shit is already baked into the game and everything that they're doing, those parts were for the ARG. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. At this point, hire this nigga to be a part of Bungie. I don't know how he's gonna feel about it, bro. But make that nigga's life comfy, bro. Make the nigga's life comfy, bro. Have his art in the game. And then with that to inspire you, bro, to be like, you know what, bro? Some of the artists, bro, having an art team, bro. Just have community niggas, bro. Post their art for Marathon and put that shit in the game, bro. Like, let's be for real. If this is what niggas is doing just on Twitter, bro, I really want to wonder how bad is all this shit, all them niggas inside of Bungie Studios art really was. Because I'm not going to hold you, bro. This nigga's shit, bro, internal, what the fuck this nigga's name is, respectfully, whatever the fuck his name is, because it's a little bit of a cool name, bro, but damn. Y'all hold him.
This stuff would have crossed his desk, would have crossed the desk of multiple other team members, and I'm sure many of them feel terrible right now for not having noticed it. But the failure of not having noticed it is still incredibly damning. Now let's also be clear, this should be even more of a focus for the Marathon team, simply because Bungie has had plagiarism scandals in the past. Now to be really clear, and to be very fair about this, it is not Bungie directly that has had problems like this. It has been 3 instances in which
yeah, like, that's one thing. And like that, like, if you'll say, like, you're using, like, I want fan art shit to inspire what we're going to do with our shit, that's fire and that's gas, because you're really giving everybody in the community a fair chance for their art to be immortalized, bro. Even if they don't get monetary shit, bro. Like, even like a little bit of like a digital, what do you call it? Like a digital signature at the bottom right of the cutscenes, bro. Or even like cutscene credits and being like, you know, community art, blah, 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 bro. That goes a long way, bro. Get them niggas about like 5 bands, bro. Take some art and go, what about your business, bro? The Bungie, bro, 5 bands for them is like, you know, a fucking nickel. Literally. As many times they plagiarizing, bro, they got enough niggas to go around, bro. They got enough.
Have plagiarized community material in Destiny, and in all 3 of those instances, Bungie did respond, credit the artist responsible, and made sure that they were compensated for their work. They've done right in those instances. However, having had this happen 3 times creates a really nasty pattern. A pattern that Bungie would have been wise to learn from and implement controls around. It's not clear if they did that, but if they did try, they clearly did not do a good enough job at it.
I don't even necessarily would say that, like, that. I agree where he's coming from, like the sentiment of it, but also I have to put a little bit of blame on Sony too, nigga. Sony, you know these niggas have a problem with plagiarizing, bro. That's like if Naughty Dog had an issue with something, bro. I'm pretty sure Sony would step in, but ayo, my niggas, y'all need to fix this shit ASAP, nigga. Or we put in our own little HR internal shit, better make sure none of this shit happens again. And Sony, that's what y'all should do, because this is getting embarrassing.
And this was not outsourced. This was all internal. And that is the serious problem with all of this. There is
Just
no one
outsource
else
your
they
shit,
can
bro.
lay the blame at the feet of.
That's their own,
This is on
exactly.
Bungie's art team as a whole. And yes, it may be one individual, but if this stuff has been swimming around for that long, and nobody noticed, no one brought it up, and if they were literally following the source on social media, then yeah, I view that as a problem. To say that this is a mess would be...
No, would even be a sadder situation. These niggas, all these niggas following this nigga, bro. And imagine if they all thought that this nigga was a part of the team, and one nigga who stole the art was like, oh yeah, bro, that's Jared, bro. Jared, I got it, bro. I can leave this shit for Jared. Jared back there just chilling, bro, just vibing, bro. And now they think your work is this work, and now, you know what I mean, bro? It could be a middleman during all this shit, bro. So I feel bad for whoever the fuck did all that shit, bro.
Any goodwill that
But somebody else could have got
garnered
hold,
within
bro.
the core gaming community has quickly gone out the window of the 37-story building.
True.
Anti-Real's post on the matter, again on Twitter as of me recording this, has been seen over 10 million times. 10 million. That is a kind of gaming marketing that you do not generally see. And all of it was for free, and all of it was bad press.
Not bad press, nigga. Nuclear press. This is nuclear hot, bro.
Nobody is impressed is also a gross understatement. This, I think, was summarized pretty well on the Bungie livestream that happened literally a day or so after the controversy went live, where Joe Ziegler and Joseph Cross were joined by various other devs, and they came along to apologize with regards to this incident. Now, credit to Joe Cross and the entire Bungie team for wanting to address this at the very top of the stream, but I think that there needs to be more to this.
True.
Because, much like a lot of the people on the internet are saying, it seems very clear that the correct thing to confirm right away is not just to simply say that all of this will be investigated and that the results of that investigation will be made public and that changes will be made to rectify things, but it's also simply to say, yes, we will compensate Anti-Real.
That is what I'm saying, bro. What they could have just said, bro, was like, with all of this bringing to light, bro, we're bringing Anti-Real, bro, into the team. And we feel sorry for it, bro. So, like, honestly, bro, like, hey, give this nigga a job, bro. Because let's not beat around the bush, bro. This nigga's art is fucking clean. It's clean, bro. Why are we just apologizing, bro? This would have been a perfect chance to, like, own it up, not only as, like, a man, bro, but as a company, bro. Because this shit is fucking nuclearly bad, bro. Like, in wrestling, bro, when something's nuclear hot, bro, it doesn't mean that it's nice heat. That's just the worst heat, bro. That's like Hulk Hogan showing up and getting booed, bro. I'm gonna put a clip right here, bro. So you see what I mean? Like, bro, this is nuclear hot, bro. Like, you cannot at all, bro, think that this shit is okay at any bit, bro. Job offer should have been made, and a lot of compensation should have been paid. Because honestly, I think it's a little bit too late to rip out all the shit, put new shit in, bro. So at this point, bro, pay the nigga, have him to be on the team to create more art. Because honestly, his art style in this shit works. And the way how y'all were in like one of the first few, like, not trailers, but what do you call it nowadays? Like the Marathon Direct, when they were like talking about Marathon art, they were gassing it up, bro. And it's stolen. Get that nigga a job, bro, and fix everything, bro. Put this shit back on track a little bit, bro. And I ain't gonna lie, bro, glaze that nigga, bro. Put that nigga's name in the beginning opening credits, bro. Art by. Put it right there in the middle, bro. His logo, bro. Anti-Real nigga, bro. Y'all is just fumbling, bro.
Stolen work.
Oh, her? My fault, sis.
That is a different question.
My fault,
To
sis.
say that you will do it, to commit to it, is what's very important about this. Many members of the core Bungie community were still far from impressed. And one of the most written slogans within that stream was simply, plagiarism will make me God.
That's crazy, bro. That is crazy. Niggas using their own marketing shit against them, bro. That is crazy.
Play on one of the key marketing phrases for Marathon, which is escape will make me God.
Yeah, bro.
This... Oh my god, this was just painful. And not just watching the chat either. There were mic issues, desync issues between video and audio. At moments, people's audio was muted, and then it would be unmuted, and then other people's voices would echo. I mean, God, this was the worst impression you could have given. And I'm really sorry to say it because there were developers that I've met in that call before. Developers like Lars Bakken, who comes across as a really nice guy. But the audio issues on top of all this, it presented an image of a studio that is not well put together and is really sloppy and kind of got caught. God, it's the most awkward thing I've seen in a long, long time, and it just sucks. So, that's kind of what's happened. The dust has settled. Where are we now? Well, to put
We
it
getting
frankly,
old.
things are not great. Bungie has burned a ton of goodwill in the process of this controversy. And it sucks, because not only, of course, was Anti-Real's art stolen, and she is the real immediate victim of all this, and should be rightly compensated, but also, if this was the action of a single person, and it doesn't go any wider than that, then I am mad
I'm not gonna lie, Bife. I'm not gonna lie, Bife.
at this,
This is your gameplay, bro.
and should
As soon as you got up, hike out that snipe, and you should have popped that nigga, bro. That nigga's literally healing right there in front of you. That's how you died, bro. I know it's a little bit like, you know what I mean? Like, oh, not on topic, bro.
But
It's just
also,
gameplay I've been
if
talking,
this
bro.
was the action of a single person, and it doesn't go any wider than that, then I am mad on behalf of the rest of the employees at Bungie too.
True.
They are all unfairly getting tarred with the same brush now, because most of them are not in the art department and might not even be working on Marathon. They had nothing to
Niggas working on fucking Destiny, like the next expansion, bro. Niggas gonna go to the fucking Starbucks. Niggas gonna be like, I seen what you fuckers did. Take your macchiato, bitch. Like, yo, like, bro, I feel so bad. My friends got a good point, bro. Everybody's getting labeled with y'all art stealing. Oh my
do
god,
this.
Bungie, y'all
Studio now of
gotta
about
fix this
850
ASAP, bro.
people. And if everything about Bungie's story
Bungie, bro,
checks
hire
out
me as an
and it
HR manager, bro. Hire me, bro. Hire me. I'll get this shit right back on track, bro. We firing niggas. We being way more transparent, bro. Niggas submit art and textures, bro. Please run that shit through Google image search, bro. Number one. That shit pops up, bro. You're fired. You're fired.
just
It's
this
simple.
one guy, every single one of them has been tarnished by a single former employee. And you know what? That sucks too. I know we don't have a lot of sympathy for Bungie as a general right now, but I think it's really important to separate the different facets of the company. It's important to understand that I'm separating the former art team member, who I have less sympathy for than dirt, from the people who are not working on Marathon, who are just doing their 9-to-5 jobs, and are currently experiencing what has been described by Paul Tassi as a complete morale collapse. It's also important to differentiate them from the C-suite, who of course are going to sit in their ivory towers and mostly be completely unaffected by this. That sucks too. And secondly, yeah, it is an institutional failure and we should be disappointed. There is no denying that Bungie's art department should have caught this long before it even made its way into the alpha. And the fact that it happened after 3 other similar controversies is just so infuriating. For the game itself, with the gaming community at large, and the core Bungie community...
Now, I wondered, like, high key, bro, hear me out, bro, hear me out, hear me out, hear me out. Unless it's the same person who fucked up the other 2 times with Destiny, and that's why they let that nigga go, and that shit's just been lingering there, and niggas really didn't check it afterwards. I feel bad. I would feel bad for everybody involved, because it's like, yeah, bro, bro, just throw it in the game, bro. And niggas like, oh, now they kicking themselves, bro, because it's really bad, bro. Like, you can't fuck up this bad and not know, bro, until you make it to the alpha, bro, in like 2 weeks or a week after the alpha fully closes. Niggas like, hey, yo, bro, nigga, that's my art. Like, bro,
initially
what
had a
the
gaming
fuck?
reception that was already giving a mixed response. Marathon was already in a bit of a shaky position in these 5 months running up to launch.
Literally.
Certainly not unsalvageable, but definitely not ideal. Something that could be solved, but only with quite a bit of effort. For what it's worth, I put 30 plus hours into the closed alpha that Marathon had recently, and whilst it's clear that it's missing important flesh on the bones, I think those bones are actually solid, contrary to popular online opinions.
True.
Combine that with the knowledge that the alpha build in question was several months old, and I feel like more progress might have been made in those 5 months till release than we might have anticipated. But now, that mixed sentiment in the gaming landscape has become actively hostile, with Marathon being a paid premium product Bungie's job has got even harder than it already was. It's at this point that the response to all of this is really up for discussion, and I've seen plenty of people say the game should just be cancelled and that immediately everyone should just go back to the drawing board and maybe go on and make Destiny 3, and I want to shoot down that sentiment immediately.
Nigga, I'm happy you said that.
Does that not work? There is so much investment behind creating any new franchise that to just abandon it at the last minute is insane.
Nigga, that is like
why games like
crazy.
Caminas that were cancelled literally in the last lap before their release are such oddities. Not to mention, there are 800 plus jobs at stake at Bungie, as well as countless contractors that work with them on a day-to-day basis. Cancelling a game that's
you either live long enough to see yourself like Helldivers, or you die really quickly like Evolve, nigga. And I feel like this shit right now, this is going the Evolve route, but before we even make it to fucking launch, bro, like, I agree with Bife not to cancel this game entirely and start back from scratch. I feel like the game itself, like, niggas want solo, they want campaign stories. They want this. Let's be for real. If Marathon succeeds, I would see Bungie making a Marathon 2 or Marathon whatever, bro, and that shit would be your single player game, bro. Like, they want to gauge the interest of people. It's different between Destiny and Halo. Those are like established like first party titles. Well, Halo was. Destiny was like riding off the back of the coattails of the Halo franchise. So that's good, bro. A Marathon for riding the back of Destiny, it's got all the bad luck of Destiny, bro. Plagiarism, niggas ain't fucking with it, bro. It's like early stages, like D2, bro. Niggas was not really fucking with D2 when it first came out, bro. Like, maybe online reception might have been a little bit different than playing online, talking to niggas in, like, you know, the Crucible and shit like that, bro. But this is getting sad, bro. This is getting Evolve levels of, like, it's gonna come off for a little bit and go away. And I don't want that to happen. I feel like this game itself is really good. It's really fine. And I'm gonna say this right now, for the broke niggas who want this shit to be free to play, go fuck yourself. You want a game to be free to play, then it's gonna get riddled with hackers, and then you say this game is unplayable, they don't have good anti-cheat, X, Y, and Z. Let's think a little bit. Let's not have every single fucking game free to play, bro. You like Warzone? That's great, bro. I love that for you. Would you love it more if it was locked behind a $30 price tag? I don't think you would mind that much if that means that you have a less chance of running into hackers, bro. Hackers got money, bro, to buy them shits, them fucking, what do you call it? Them cheats, bro, like, what is it, like monthly? Some cheats are weekly, annual, like, bro, like, come on now. So I can never say, bro, like, oh, do that, bro, because, like, yeah, do niggas cheat with, like, online games, you gotta pay money? Yeah, bro, but, like, if you gotta pay money, bro, there's gonna be a little bit more like, bro, do I really gotta cheat in a game like this, bro, or just get better, bro? Like, I don't like the thought of making every game free, because let's be for real, my nigga. Put the fries in the bag, little bro. Put the fries in the bag, bro. Get a fucking job. Just get a job, bro. $30, bro. $40, bro. Just get a job.
Marathon is simply not an option.
5 cups of coffee, eating out twice, 3 times a week, my nigga. If you want money, bro, stop doing all that shit, bro.
That is it. It is as simple as that. And if you are sitting there and you are cynical enough to call for people to just cancel the project entirely,
you're a fucking doofus.
You need to reassess whether it would be different if it was your job on the line. And that is what you are asking for when you say cancel this game. To be really clear, I understand the sentiment. The fact that plagiarism helped build Marathon is disgusting. But it is also one of those moments where if you're looking for a response beyond the typical vitriol and the nonsense that happens on the internet, you can't just simply hit the cancel button and expect that there will be no consequences. Because let me tell you, I'm pretty sure that a ton of people at Bungie are equally disgusted that plagiarism went on behind the scenes. And yeah, they're the ones who can both be disgusted and will also suffer for it. So no, you're not alone in this boat.
Maybe your favorite nigga from Destiny, bro, because they canceled this shit. He worked on both sides. I think he could lose his job. So I get where Bife's coming from.
They're also creatives. They have a lot more in common with Anti-Real than I think a lot of us are willing to admit. The idea of cancelling the game is not a viable one if they are going to keep their jobs. And if we're going to care about the heart of the situation today, after we have taken the appropriate time to sit there and think about how Anti-Real needs to be rightly compensated, we need to sit there and think about how everyone deserving in that studio is going to keep their job, and how anyone who helped make this happen is going to face repercussions.
That's what I agree with, bro.
Sit there and see those repercussions extend to the entire
everybody
studio that has had nothing to do with it.
Because if I'm a nigga who's coding, bro, for this game, and I get fired because a nigga in the art department fucking wanted to, you know, just go out there and steal art, nigga. Order 66 to the art department.
Yeah!
Get rid of everybody in the art department.
Yeah!
Anakin, what are you doing? Are you here to come and save us? Nope. Like, bro, gotta get rid of these people, high key.
So we're not cancelling Marathon in an ideal world. Where do we go from here? Well, with the mess that's on our hands, I think the only option that Bungie realistically has if they want to make sure that the game launches successfully is to delay it. And that's not ideal either, because a cancellation will definitely cause layoffs.
Bro, niggas gonna get stuck between fucking GTA 6, Battlefield 6, Guard Modern Warfare, no, Black Ops 7, nigga. You got hit with fucking, what do you call it? The post-content launch of fucking Elden Ring, Night Rain. Fucking, like, bro, NBA, like, you got, like, the sports games. Nigga, like, bro, they're cooked. They're cooked if they delay. I feel like he said, bro, compensate them for the art, for everything of that. But also, I feel like giving them a job would also wouldn't be bad. There's also giving them a platform to showcase their art, bro. And I feel like their art really does fit this aesthetic well. And it could be a story where it's like, you know, this nigga was taken advantage of, and he's coming into the studio, the same studio that basically disrespected him. Or my fault, her. And she's coming in and she's just wiping the floor at everybody's art in that department and making Marathon a lot of a better game. And I feel like that would be a crazier story because she could take that story, bro, go run off, bro, go to Netflix,
Yeah!
Hulu,
Yeah!
Amazon Prime,
Yeah!
you fucking Tubi, nigga.
Yeah!
Bro, you get a documentary out of this shit, bro. Disney Plus.
Yeah!
They got a video about a nigga making hot Cheetos on Disney Plus.
Yeah!
That could be her.
Yeah!
Like, we got to think a little bit, bro. Think a little bit out the
delay
box.
might not be on the table, and it may cause layoffs too. Sony has already paid for Marathon. They invested over $3 billion into Bungie. They want to make sure that they see a return on their investment. Bungie's release
That
schedule
ROI.
is probably set in stone at this point in time. They made promises to Sony to ensure that they would have a great number of live service games and the ability to steward other studios into creating live service games. The latter part of that has not worked out. So Marathon and Destiny are realistically the pillars on which that investment lies. And ultimately, those pillars look kind of shaky at current. Especially after this, Marathon is in a lot of trouble. I don't know if a delay is going to happen. I feel like it should if they want to be able to
I feel like Entry Real should be the new head of art department, bro. I'm not going to lie to you.
The unchanging September release date. But if we do delay, what's the advantage of that? Well, the first one is the most obvious. It gives time for Bungie to respond to the controversy in full, publish the full results of their investigation, do right by Anti-Real with compensation and accreditation within Marathon itself, and to reset the narrative around all of this. As long as you have people spamming "plagiarism will make me God" in Twitch chats, you are not going to get away from this.
Nope.
It is going to be the thing that hangs over the game all the way.
I'm not going to lie. Make it another marketing campaign. Crazy take. Put this shit incorporated into the lore of the game, nigga. Bro, let's go right into the lore with that person on job. Let them sign off on it. So it's a little bit like on the nose, bro. Like, it's okay, bro. Like, it is tongue in cheek. Like, okay, it is a little bit of a joke, but it's not a serious situation to joke about, obviously. But in universe, at least let's make a little bit of light to it. So it's also like, okay, bro, in universe, Bungie's also owning their mistake in a way. So it's a duality
It needs
thing.
to be very, very clear that Bungie is turning the page and doing right by the artist.
Very
there
true.
needs to be a definitive break that is so undeniable that it is clear that Marathon is charting a new course. If Bungie wants to escape things like that, generally that reset of the conversation is the goal. And this is why I say, I think publishing the results of their internal investigation is the bare minimum. A generous settlement to Anti-Real is probably expected as well. Only then can they start to talk about the game's other aspects and how they might rework them or tighten them up. This tightening up can probably include
Just offer them a
shift
fucking
of
job,
pain
nigga.
points
Just offer them a
that
job,
Bungie
bro.
has
That would be the
supposedly not
craziest.
been willing to move move on.
And let them speak on how they feel about the shit instead of a fucking marathon director, bro.
Now has
that's all you really could do at this point, nigga. To get damn near like neutral ground again, bro.
Bungie has been unwilling to move on a bunch of points because the big old boy opinions at Bungie most certainly do seem to think they know best.
Yeah, now top brass at Bungie's dog
that is
ass.
something where the internal discussion needs to change to solid action that has been shown. I think Cross put it best. The time for planning is over. They need to decide on things that they're doing. They need to then go and do them, work on them, confirm it with the community, be transparent about it in the process of development. Proximity chat, solo queuing, showing off the wow factor that'll be the real reason to purchase.
You're not proximity chat because you're worried about niggas being toxic and the big 2-4 is fucking big 2-5 rather is crazy, bro. Call of Duty still got fucking proximity chat. I'm surprised they still have it, bro, because it's Call of Duty.
Over a better position.
Like there's ways to do shit, bro. Like Bungie, I feel like it's just. I feel like at times it's extremely very lazy.
But this is the goal that they are going to want to push for if they want to change the conversation. Bold decisions need to be made, not just to align with community sentiment, but also to win it back.
True.
As for whether or not that's possible, that's a value judgment for each person individually. I know I've seen some people sit there and say they want nothing to do with this game. And you know what? I can't sit there and blame them.
True.
There are going to be people who have completely lost faith in Bungie after this.
Yeah.
There are going to be people who will never buy a game from the studio again. There are going to be people who never want to play the game again. This, I think, will have changed things. There are people who are not coming back.
True.
The best that can be done now is to change the game for the people who might come back. I've seen some people say that the time of a delay could be used to completely rewrite the visual aesthetic of the game. And I'm going to be real.
That's not possible,
I'm
by
not
the
a game developer.
That's not possible.
Sure
that is not possible.
For the impossible.
That is like asking for another 3 years of development, bro. Just hire the nigga, bro, and let them name the art style. Like, give this to them, bro. Let this be their baby, bro, and let them run it, bro. In terms of art department, bro. Let Entrill like get in there and just do this shit, bro.
Out of nowhere within a few hours on Photoshop. But it also
hashtag entry reel for fucking for art director, bro.
The entirety of the game's aesthetic. That is a long development process. Something that genuinely takes years of exploration and development. Whilst a lot of the design aesthetic feels like it's very similar to Anti-Real's work, again, I would note that the aesthetic themes in New Marathon are based in pre-existing genres like graphic realism, and again, that predates Anti-Real's work. So no, I don't think Marathon should completely abandon the aesthetic, although I understand why that argument is being made. However, the aesthetic is genuinely not Anti-Real's alone, it is a sub-kind of art. And whilst I understand the frustration, it is certainly not fair to sit there and say they should rewrite the entire graphic book of how Marathon should
Nah, they shouldn't, bro. I'm just telling you, bro.
I'm mad to suggest that Marathon needs something more in this moment, but I don't think that it is. Just because of how bad the sentiment feels right now. I don't know how bad it really is going to be because we can't judge how much this is going to affect sales. But honestly, at this moment in time, based on feeling and value judgments from that alone, it seems as though Marathon needs the Realm Reborn Final Fantasy XIV treatment. They need a moment where they can sit down with the community, break from the old perception, and try and chart a new course.
True.
But there's more to this.
That's asking a lot for Bungie, Headkey.
As a creator who has worked with Bungie regularly, and as a person who has covered their games for the last 10 years, man, I am so tired. Unforced errors are nothing new to Bungie, but it feels like we have been relearning the same lessons for a decade now. There's always something ridiculous that happens.
And I feel like that goes down to fucking leadership itself across the fucking board. Like art directors, a lot of the supervisors and managers over, like in general, bro. Like, as Bife is saying, this has been happening across both titles, bro. Marathon and Destiny, bro. And I don't even think it just should fall solely on the feet of the art department and everybody else, bro. So I feel like after the first couple of times, bro, there should have been much more cross-references with work, not only in the art department, but in other aspects of the game, where there's like the legal team definitely should be in there. I swear to God should be in there, especially for a situation like this, where suing could be on the tables, bro. Like, y'all, them niggas should be A1, bro, in there, bro, doing their research on every single little piece, bro, making sure shit also isn't getting plagiarized, bro. Like, it really needs a lot of, like, you know, combing through a lot of the shit really see, bro, how deep this shit really goes. Because I don't even think this shit ends with like this shit, bro. I feel like this shit, like as the story keeps coming out, and as like, you know, more people are gonna like reanalyze their gameplay, bro, I'm pretty sure this shit's gonna get way worse over time.
The studio gets tarred by the stupidity of a few people. More often than not, it's the C-suite. Sometimes it's individual employees. Sometimes it's harassment suits. Regardless of the case, the damage this does to Bungie's reputation is tangible in the sales of their games and the reputation of the studio's name in the wider gaming community.
Sony gotta put belt to ass. That's it. Belt to ass.
6. The frustrating part is that the constant bad news train around the studio is 9 out of 10 times avoidable. And in broad terms, the victims of these mistakes are Bungie employees who aren't to blame at all, who've been working hard to create games that we love. This time, of course, the real victim is Anti-Real, and she should be compensated fully, and whoever did steal her art, I hope they get sued. I don't even know if that is a possibility, but I hope it happens.
I hope so too, bro. That nigga gonna be at home, bro. Bungie gonna give all that documents like, hey, bro, if you want to sue this nigga, I don't blame you, bro, because this is where it's going, bro. Nigga gonna be at home, just feet up, chilling, bro. He's like, haha, them niggas ain't gonna stitch on me. Nigga gonna get a... Here's your papers, sir. Niggas gonna look at the papers. Nigga been subpoenaed, bro. You getting sued. Nigga gonna be like... Like, bro, it's raps, bro.
You know
it's
what?
raps.
They've helped not only steal someone's art and probably make a salary off of doing it, but they've also helped to tank a reputation of a studio. Again,
Single-handedly.
it's not just Anti-Real when you look at the big
Single-handedly,
picture.
bro.
Because when harassment lawsuits are involved, when layoffs come around, when the C-suite of executives is generally being terrible and disconnected from reality, or when there are other instances of plagiarism by outsourced teams that the studio gets work from, the suffering falls on the employees at Bungie. The community around Bungie is still reeling from the layoffs that shook the studio after the final shape. The situation sucked. They delivered what at the time was one of the best rated games of the entire year.
Yep.
There was talk about whether the final shape would end up being a Game of the Year contender.
True.
A Destiny expansion as Game of the Year. That's insanity.
And then all them
Just
episodes
shows how
came
good
out. Them
Final
niggas,
Shape was.
them niggas across the board was like, like where it's going now is a little bit good, but like, fuck.
The people at the studio working their day-to-day, however, they continued onwards. They picked themselves up and they kept making the games. But this isn't the first or even the second time that this has happened, because at this point it feels unending. I don't know how to end a recording like this. Every time I've tried to end this video for the last 5 minutes or so, I've had to restart, because I can't help but get angry.
I don't blame you, bro.
Verbal jabs at the people who decided that they could get away with plagiarism. I've been angry with regards to the way that the studio has been treating its employees. At this moment in time, there is one truth that I can say across every single one of these recordings, though, none of which will make it into the video except maybe this one. I'm tired. I'm so tired of all this. And I know we all are. Because we've all suffered through this nonsense. Not just people in the community who sit there and have to endure the embarrassment of playing Destiny and being a part of this community in
That's
general.
crazy.
Because you know what? Sometimes it is held over our head like an embarrassment. I am sick and tired for the people who work at Bungie who have done nothing but create great works in the gaming space their entire career, who are tarred by brushes like this, and who have to sit through all of this and just pretend that it's all going to be okay, when they know that their previous workmates have been laid off, when they understand that they could be next. Bungie needs a real captain of the ship right now. They need someone who's going to tighten things up. They need someone who's going to help them take accountability.
And I know one man who will be more than able to be on top of that, bro. There's only one man that I can think of. One man with a mission, bro. Who would make sure none of this shit would happen. Mr. Von der Hart himself. All them snipers gonna be dog ass, not gonna lie to you. All the snipers gonna be dog ass. But shit, bro, the way they hold this man right here in Activision, bro, and Treyarch, bro, him and Blundell, bro, it gotta get written in the history books, because what the fuck? like, bro, like, niggas used to hate on him, bro, because of whatever reasons, bro. But overall, like, all of the Treyarch games underneath his belt, bro, was fucking criminally the greatest of all time, bro. That was the period when Treyarch was way superior than Infinity Ward. Now it's like a 50-50 split, bro, and Sledgehammers is actually the best game. They make the best ones now.
Right now, they have no one as best I can see. Because if they had someone, this wouldn't have happened.
And Yvonne Dahar.
Whoever that
And
captain
Von
is
Dahar
supposed
we
to be, I hope
trust.
they step up soon. Because there are team leads holding their teams together in their own hands. I've heard horror stories about the amount of stuff that people have had to do moving mountains in order to make things work. I have seen the amount of passion that they have put into the game, and there are personal stories I am not going to recite here. To put it really bluntly, they deserve better
They do.
than this. And to
I feel
all
really
those
bad for all
who
the
are
employees.
responsible
Fuck
for
all the
theft from
leadership.
Real, for all
All that
those
shit,
who
bro.
made this mess, for everyone who has put everyone's jobs
Hope
in
they-
jeopardy, I
hope
hope
they
it was
get-
worth it.
I hope they
You
get.
useless, spineless thief.
I got you, but if you ain't go,
Catch
I
me,
got you. I ended.
useless, spineless.
Bitch. I got you, Bife. I got you. I got you, bro.
You can catch me back with regular content. I will be back at some point soon.
I hope
Heck,
so, bro.
Maybe I'll even stream today. Right now, I'm recording this in the morning. Hopefully, things will be better by the time it's published at night. In the meantime, though, my name is Bife. Perodacia ad Astra.
And I'll see you Starside. Bro, shout out to Bife, bro. Shout out to Bife, bro. The GOAT himself.
Yeah!
The Lord Daddy himself.
Yeah!
The best one to ever do it.
Yeah!
The best one we'll ever see.
Yeah!
And the best that there will ever be.
Yeah!
Shout out to Bife, bro. I really fucked with that video, bro. And I'm in the same boat as Bife, bro. Like, if you seen the trailer reaction of me watching Marathon, bro, I was super fucking excited for it. I'm not gonna lie, bro. I was excited for it. Cause like for me, bro, with extraction shooters, I only really played like the Ghost of Tabor and like the, what is it called? Forgot what it is, but it's a contractor's version, bro. I can play that shit on my VR and shit, bro, and it's smooth. Cause for me, that's like a casual shit, bro. Like, I don't gotta worry about niggas, bro, with Tarkov having, you know what I mean, bro? Like having like years of knowledge, bro. The other shit, bro, it's a virtual reality fucking shooter, dog. Just know the meta guns, bro, and hit your fucking shots, bro. Nobody to blame besides yourself. You feel me, bro? So for me, this was gonna be my like, you know, ass in the, that's what I'm gonna say, bro. We're from VR games to ass in the chair games. My ass in the chair game, bro. It was gonna be Marathon for the extraction shooter. This right here, bro. I am super. I didn't pre-order it, thankfully, bro. Like, I'm trying to break that cycle of pre-ordering game because I probably won't play this shit, bro. But like, I'm on the fence. I'm on the hard fence of like, I'm not with everybody else with like hating because it ain't a single player game, bro. But for me, from like a speaker for somebody who did like graphic design and, you know, bro, got a fucking degree in it, bro. Like, out of like support and respect for Entry Real, like, bro, I can't do that shit, bro. That's fucking disrespectful, bro. Like, you know what I mean, bro? Like, AI art is like, it's ass and it's one thing, bro, but straight up plagiarism is fucking 100 times worse. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. The AI shit, bro, if you're like a really small studio indie shit, that's one thing, bro. If you big ass studio like Activision, all these other niggas, bro, y'all got the money to go buy some fucking artists, bro. Go snag some niggas. This is a prime example of that. There's great talent out there, but instead of giving these niggas the money to actually, the studios and the team to actually help them create bigger dreams, bro, y'all niggas is stealing artwork, bro. Like, it's 2025, my nigga, bro. You're cooked. Everything's in fucking 4K, my nigga. Like, it's obvious, bro. It's stolen work, bro. Like, y'all can't keep doing this shit, Bungie, bro. Like, I fucked with Bungie. I fucked with Halo, bro. I fucked with Destiny 1 and 2, bro. And I really want to fuck with Marathon when it came out, bro. But I don't see myself, honestly, God, like, playing this shit. Unless PlayStation gives it up for free, that's one thing, bro. But, like, for me, who I am, bro, like, I cannot support this shit, bro. Truth be told, because it's really disrespectful for Entry Real, bro. Like, even if you get rid of the art, bro, it's still stained because it was there. You know what I mean, bro? Like, just because you remove a tattoo or cover it up does not mean that the tattoo that originally was, bro, was not there. You feel me, bro? Like, it's just gone or missing a replace, my nigga. It's not really like, you know what I mean? Like it's still there, bro. It's just gone missing a replace, bro. So it's still in our minds, bro. It'll still be there by the time the game release, bro. The best thing that they can do, like I said before, bro, not only compensation and sharing the findings with Entry Real first and helping them pursue legal litigation if they really want to. I feel like that'll be a really big fucking W. What's up, Bellers? What's up, Bellers? There she go, bro. Big girl. But yeah, bro, like you gotta pick, bro. Like you gotta help them get compensated for the shit. Help them with compensation and suing the other nigga, bro, for like plagiarism, fucking like all that shit, bro. Get rid of it, stealing art, bro. And I feel like, honest to God, bro, the biggest way to get many art people back, but also showing the support for it, bro, is actually hiring Entry Real and having like a community creative process. I feel like they're already doing it, bro. Like, let's be for real, bro. They're stealing artwork from everybody, bro. But if the community can submit their artwork for a chance to be in the game, they get like some credit and shit, bro. That would be crazy. My fault, bro. My cat was trying to cough up a fucking hairball, bro, not to help her get that shit out because she was struggling. But like I was saying, bro, Bungie, hire a motherfucker, bro. Have them have like a community fucking like artwork department. They can get people in, some compensation, and they can get their artwork in the game. And it's giving a lot of artists who don't really have the platform a bigger platform to get out there, whether it's helping your game or other games without the genre sphere. It's a really good way to start having young developing artists A, hone their craft, B, actually have a platform to do it. Because let's be for real, bro, college and all that shit isn't for everybody. And some of the people make really good art, bro, whether it is like, you know what I mean, like your typical like graphic realism art, whether it's like street art, like graffiti, calligraphy, shit, bro. You can have a lot of people help out and make these games and make these places feel much more lifelike. And all it takes is just having somebody inside of your studio to really sit there and think like, yeah, like this is a shit show. But how can we turn this shit into something that really does A, help artists, B, make sure this shit really never happens again, and C, overall really help, I would say, just overall public opinion about Bungie, bro. If you're already taking so much shit from the community, it's the best chance, bro, to fix that shit by giving back to the community and giving them the space and the platform to help with the shit, bro. Some people might disagree with that, but truth be told, bro, the biggest way this shit could have been avoided. Hey guys, this is Bungie. And right now we're gonna have an open artist submission where artists can submit their art and it will go inside of our next project. You will be credited, and you know what I mean? Term service, all that shit, like how much money, compensation, shit, they can just do that shit, bro, figure it all out, bro, and boom. Then you have damn near free art to select from, mad textures and everything. And you can put this shit in your game, give niggas credit, and it's not gonna be a shit show like it is now, bro. Like, this is why it's important to get young, fresher minds in there to really help you think about these situations. So having these old fucks sitting back there, their suit and ties, not really understanding what the fuck is going on, forcing these employees and artists to do this shit in crunch time, which could also force these like workers and stuff to do this fucked up shit, because they know if I do this shit, bro, and if I don't get caught and it's also really fucking good, this shit will elevate my fucking career. And like speaking to what Bife was saying about like how people in Bungie like feels about doing shit, that is like on the cusp of like basically what he was saying without saying it. Like, you know, like these people are put in like really unserious situations. So when people do have to take shortcuts and shit, like maybe to not this isn't like plagiarizing, but like, you know, bro, releasing like half-baked products, things like that, bro. We see it all the time in the gaming space, not only with Bungie, but with like Activision, EA games, Ubisoft games, criminally known for being really half-baked products and shipping out ass games. Like, y'all have to figure out something better. Like this gaming genre, I'm shit you not, this shit is real. This shit is something that niggas ain't laughing at anymore, bro. Niggas making billions and trillions of dollars off of this shit, bro. And until we as like gamers like really take this shit seriously, it's similar how like, you know, the normal person might take shit with movies seriously, if there was plagiarism, art theft, shit like that. We have to keep it equally the same with video games, bro. Like we can't be half-assed because it's your favorite game or it's Bungie, or you just can't hate on the game because it's whatever, bro. Like this is a good reason to hate on the game. Like this is a great fucking reason. You ain't gonna buy this shit because of this shit. Hey, bro, I get you. I'm with you. But shitting on it because it's not a single player game is crazy work, bro. But like, this is a perfect reason, bro, for niggas to be upset and in arms. So with Bungie, bro, they're in the biggest lose-lose situation. The only thing that you can really do right now, bro, is really make this shit like a really big turning stone in how you look at the community and look at artwork and how artwork is presented to Bungie, both internally and externally. I feel like should really highlight a real thing that there needs to be some type of community artwork resource where situations like this can't happen, where you can't have really good underrated talent submit their art. You see it's like, oh shit, like this is perfect for what we're going for. Let's have you be like damn near like a art supervisor or like a assisting or like an assistant manager, so niggas can get your shit somewhat right, bro. You gotta do the final touches or yay or nay shit, and then pass it up to whoever you have to do to give you the green light to actually have the shit put into the game, bro. Like, that is by far the best thing that they could do. Will they do it? Fuck no. It's Bungie. They have a weird track record of fixing problems. They put a band-aid on a leaky pipe, bro. Like, they just make brain-dead decisions from situations that could have been easily fucking avoided. This one, by far, the easiest thing they could have avoided. Without further ado, bro, it's been your boy Haikata, bro. And yeah, bro, bro, I'm disappointed in Bungie, bro. Like, it was bad, but bitch, it's terrible. Without further ado, guys, bro, it's been your boy Haikata, bro, and I'm disappointed. So that's it for this one, bro. Disappointed, just like Bife, tired, frustrated, and yeah, bro. I'll catch y'all the next one, bro. Cause shit, Bungie's cooked. Marathon is cooked, bro. They gotta save themselves somehow. So see ya.